My experience happened over 20-something years ago. This is Lexington Brothers Hospital. We moved some furniture down out of a basement that supposedly they performed exorcisms on. There was a bench, a couple of boxes, and a bed that was one of the heaviest beds I ever lifted. This huge metal frame headboard, footboard, and it was like a little kid's desk, if I can remember right. They claimed the place, you know, the furniture was possessed or haunted or stuff.
They were telling me that the furniture from the actual exorcism was brought to the Grand Manor from the old Lexington Brothers Hospital. And it was stored on the 4th floor and kind of locked up in the rooms and just there. So I said, well, and they said, well, you know that it's a very, very sensitive issue for us. It was religious, and, well, we think it's spooked. And I said, well, how do you mean spooked? And they said, exactly what I'm saying. Spooked. Things happen when you're around it that you don't figure on it, or they're abnormal.
You mean it's haunted?
Yes.
The priest, the door was open, and they never went in the room with us, and they never touched the furniture. They never touched a thing. We touched everything.
It was they said it was the devil's furniture.
It had a bad ring to everybody. So now we're gonna go fast forward. We got the job to do the demolition. And of course, everybody was kidding us about it at the office. Oh, you're gonna wreck the haunted floor. You're gonna wreck the house where they had the furniture where the exorcism was. Aren't you afraid? And we're in business to wreck buildings. But this is something a little different now. We only wreck buildings that are normal.
Can you give a house an exorcism?
You don't exorcise homes. What you do is you go into the home and you do the blessing of the home, you blessing of the room, you do the epiphany of the doors, and you bless every single room. And basically what you do, if there's a true demonic infestation, you trap the demonic into one particular room, and then the entity will manifest itself. You perform the exorcism on the entity.
Called a black mass, basically standing between me and Chris.
Kept it on a locked floor, though. The doors were locked.
There was a huge lock on there, and it was a lock, and it had a metal bar that you had to slide the metal bar off to get into the room. So it wasn't just a regular standard lock. It was like what you would see in an old prison.
Oh yes, the floor was sealed off on both ends, and you couldn't get up there by stairs. But the elevator went up to that floor, and one day, one of the nurses in the Grand Manor got off the elevator, and bingo, broke her leg in a matter of minutes. So they said, uh-oh, this is really haunted. So they sealed it off where the elevator couldn't stop at the 4th floor. So we just had to assume that it was loaded with furniture, and we just figured that was debris that was gonna have to go to the landfill.
We took the furniture out, they stayed behind the door. We had to shut the door. They told us to shut the door behind us. They went upstairs while we loaded the stuff on the truck, took it to a storage place. We took it there and put it in storage containers. The furniture wasn't even worth the cost of a crate. So, you know, I was just curious, you know, why they really wanted it in vaults. But they claimed it was possessed, so they put it in cold storage, which is 5 years or better of storage time. We double vaulted this furniture and sealed it with silicone, locked it. Metal vault, then wooden vault. Strange, but true.
The furniture was a reminder of what pure evil could do, and they kept it as a souvenir. What was interesting in my research in the end, they did not destroy the furniture as they once proclaimed. The furniture had been kept and had been stored someplace else, then moved to a long-term storage facility.